Hi there, I'm Rupert Starr, better known as Twink, back home in Mount Sterling, Ohio, a little farm town where I was born and raised. They call me Twink, I call me Rupert from my family. I graduated in 1940, went to Ohio University, and as you know, the war started in 41, but I joined the ROTC, Reserve Officers Training Corps, because we knew we were going to be in the war, and Ohio U trained every freshman. We had an obstacle course that was tougher than the military, and so I was in excellent physical condition, and I had 3.5 years before I became I was in more or less reserve, and then in the end of the 3.5 years they needed officers right away, so I became a corporal and in the active duty service, and then went to officer training school camp, become a 90-day wonder, as they called it, which was be a second lieutenant infantry. And I must say, out of this 285 students, 85 were from the services, and every one of them flunked out. I was fortunate to have that training and have a business degree with 1.5 year left to be a business administrator, and that may have saved my life, because when I came finally to an infantry division and got in the line, and very shortly after that, into the Battle of the Bulge, they saw my abilities, my degree almost in business administration, and so I ended up being the regimental personnel officer, a captain's job as a brand new second lieutenant. At the end of the evening, they bring all the officers in, tell them what's happened today, what's going to happen tomorrow, what our situation is, and the colonel says, we lost contact with the division, and we need a volunteer. No one volunteered, I did. The Army, they tell you, never volunteer. Well, I thought it was my duty. And it came out, we're Americans, don't shoot. And they shot at us one more time and then stopped. And I got in there and the lieutenant says, I had 5 riflemen shooting at you, 2 Germans twice, and they missed. I said, I love those guys. But then they were captured that night. They says, we're surrounded, we got to get out of here. And it was so dark, so cold, so much snow. We formed a more or less kind of a human chain. I think there were like 8 of us. And we in lockstep with the shoulder on top, hugging each other to keep from falling down and in the snow and getting out. And sure enough, that morning, they're surrounded. The 7th Armored was surrounded, and so we were then prisoners of war. Actually, I was in a prison camp for actually 4 months, and I was in 10 countries, and in all this activity, a prison camp in Germany, Poland, and Russia, I was home exactly 6 months to the day. And it just isn't how long you're in the service is what's happening while you're there. I came home to my mother, and of course, open arms and weeping, and I said, every day from now on is a free day, and I'm going to do something worthwhile to make that day accomplish something. I volunteered, become a national activist, an out gay veteran who had this they thought, distinguished service. And any time I was given an accolade of any kind, I always said, still do, I accept, thank you for this, I appreciate it, but I accept it on behalf of all those who did a lot more than I did, and also particularly for those that didn't come home. And I did.